Tim! Tim, you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Tim, you hear me? Can you read this? Look, I'm closer. Can you read this? What's the matter? Are you afraid of? Look, I'm closer.
Afraid? What's to be afraid of? It's just a lump of stone.
What are you afraid of? It looks like some kind of inscription here.
It's just a lump of stone.
Do you have your glasses? Some kind of inscription.
Yes. Here.
Do you have your glasses? Thanks.
Yes. Here.
Thanks. Yes, there is an inscription. In Hebrew.
There's a large torch in the car. Would you like me to get it for you?
In Hebrew. Very helpful.
There's a large torch in the car. Would you like me to get it for you?
Yes, that would be very helpful. Can you get it quickly?
Yes. Because I'm late this morning. I couldn't help it. It was a terrible day. I'll be right there.
You know what happened? The warehouse caught on fire. Rose was killed. He was a new curator.
You know what it means? Tomorrow morning, the board of directors will have to meet.
He was a new curator. Worked all these years. And it's bound to be proud of me.
It's just got to be. After the way that I've worked all these years. Oh, you're going to be so proud of me. Mother, when you hear me? You're just playing something. I've prepared your dinner. Well, I will. Sometimes I think you're just playing cranky.
Not so much the fact that this is fair.
I think that you should have a companion come and serve you. Not so much the time, it just isn't fair.
Now Ellen may have some more time to spend with me. Oh, look, you needn't get jealous. You come first, you always will.
Ellen may have some more time to spend with me.
Oh,
look, you needn't get jealous. You come first, you always will.
Simply must stop laughing with my
It wasn't home another door. Now that proves
It's all very well for you to say that I
simply must not ask me to bring it home. It's very difficult. It's just not right.
think that they would
It's all
understand
very
that.
well for you to say that I can get it back up effective, but something goes wrong.
Now,
I don't think that they would understand that
this I have to
really
get back
like
first
to
thing in the morning.
a couple of hours.
It's not going to be easy.
Now,
All the hubbub about Rose's death.
this I have to get back first thing in the morning. All the hubbub about Rose's death.
Reverend Rose's keys. His keys. He had one. Checked his office, they're not there. The yard found no keys on him.
Where are Grove's keys? The keys. He had one. Checked his office, they're not there. The yard found no keys on him. Maybe I'd better call them back. Perhaps that was a motive for his death. But they must be around here someplace. I can't take any chances. Get me the yard, Inspector White, please. I know where they are. Yeah, I know, yes. Ah, just as I thought. Here they are. Good.
The new statue is being installed.
You're welcome, sir. The new statue is being installed just as Mr. Grove planned.
You've been waiting to hear the result of the latest
Very efficient, don't you think?
Well, all aware of the spending.
You've been waiting to hear the result of the Board of Trustees meeting.
Not to go unrewarded.
Well, I want you to know that we're all aware of the splendid work you've done as Mr. Grove's assistant, and not to go unrewarded. There will be a £3 weekly raise in your salary. That's about
£150 a year.
£150 a year.
There's no reason for you all. You people are too young to take on this situation.
£150 a year. As knowledgeable as you are, we think you're too young to take on Mr. Grove's position. We've asked Professor Wheel to consider the curatorship. You, of course, will continue as his assistant, and in the meantime, we expect you to carry on, as you always have, with efficiency, courtesy, and interest. Good day, Pim. With efficiency, courtesy, and interest.
Who cares? You want me? Know what to do with your job, don't you?
Who cares? You want me? You don't know what to do with your job, don't you? Quiet.
I'm sorry, Mr. Cook. I'm sorry. Yes.
Do you think you are?
Trouble on a job before.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Started a bit of picking this up.
Yes.
Looks like some kind of primitive god.
Trouble on a job before.
This place.
Started a little bit, pick this up. Looks like some kind of primitive god of war or something. Look at the ape in its face. That's what killed the old man. Ape.
Come on now, this is the 20th century.
Yeah? You just look around and see what's going on. The world's full of ape.
You don't mind.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got carried away. I tell you, it's that thing. It's full of ape.
Thank you.
Sorry.
spots, we could really bring out its fierceness, you know.
If I were you, I would not
What I should be in my
Oh, it's not a lie. I may be an electrician, but I can sculpt better than that.
You do whatever you want. I shall be in my office. I was with Alice. It was about 10:30. He was our electrician and we were discussing various ways in which we'd like to do a statue. All of a sudden I got this, well, it was just a frightening feeling. Alice laughed at it, but I left. It couldn't have been more than a minute later when I heard a scream and then a crash. I ran back here and I found him.
And then?
I ran to my office and I called you and turned off the alarm, of course.
Anyone been in this issue?
No. Oh, I told the guard to put the sheet over the body.
Why'd you do that?
Why, I don't know. It just came into my mind.
Second. Where's the cause of the alarm?
Inspector? Well, here's the cause of the alarm.
Well, look at that.
Anything missing?
No, nothing to me.
Why would anyone break the case then?
Well, I should imagine to steal that diamond, the Star of the Nile. It's very valuable. But I suppose the crash must have frightened them off.
You say it took 3 men on a hoist to install the statue?
Oh, yes, it weighs over 3,000 pounds. At first I thought it had been struck by lightning. How could it have tipped over by itself?
It's most unlikely that it did.
But I tell you, I was out of this room for less than a minute. Could a statue strike one? Well, I know it sounds mad, but unless there is some life in it, how can one explain those deaths?
Aren't you letting your imagination run away with you, Mr. Flynn?
I swear. Do you remember its arms? Do you remember how they extended like this? That is how they were the first time I saw them. Right after Grove's death, one arm was lower than the other. And this morning when they moved that statue in here, the arms were like that again. But I swear it.
say we don't see what you see, Mr. Pym.
There are certain unseen things that are more real than those which you can see and touch. I know that.
In other words, Mr. Pym, you're suggesting that these deaths were not accidents, but murders.
Those people flocking to see that monstrous statue. It's just ghoulish.
It's the newspapers.
I saw it. Something uncanny, frightening about it. It makes me feel my father's death was no accident.
I feel that way too. Oh, but the inspector's no good trying to convince him. Will you look around to see if I've overlooked any of your father's things?
I'm sure you have them all.
You must try to understand.
Ellen, I do know how you must feel. Look, my mother and I, we were talking, and we were wondering if you might like to take a drive with us and look at the new house we're planning to buy.
Some other time. Thank you, Pim.
You know you're buying the house.
It's always some other time.
Now, Pim, you must try to understand. I like you very much as a friend, but...
I know. Oh, I know.
Now, don't pout. Well, if it means that much to you, I'll go.
You will?
Yes.
Do you really think you can?
You know you're buying the house.
Oh, well, it's my mother's, actually, but eventually, when I get married...
Yes, I'm sure.
And would it mean a great deal to you if I could prove that your father's death was not an accident?
Yes. Do you really think you can?
Yes.
How?
Well, let's just say that, I have a way with the supernatural.
Pym, they're building a glass case downstairs, those hordes of people.
I know, sir, but there hasn't been any other damage, and I've arranged for extra guard.
I won't have that statue in this place.
Mr. Trimmingham, the notoriety will quieten down shortly.
Suppose it doesn't. Suppose some other fool gets himself killed near it. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Grove. I didn't mean to imply that your father...
Trimmingham, there's absolutely no reason...
Save your breath, Pym. The New York Museum have wired me a handsome offer if it's authentic. Their representative is on his way here now by plane.
Very pleasant. It's like most of the way.
Perhaps. But there's a little matter of heart.
Perhaps a little more light would help.
Yes, it might. Thank you.
I must say I am bewildered. You're coming all the way from America. Just look at this. By the way, wasn't it at your museum that the so-called authentic Etruscan statue turned out to be a fake?
No, that was at the Metropolitan Museum.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, you know, I've been assistant curator of this museum for years now. Well, from my experience, I don't think it's so difficult to duplicate a statue. The whole value, of course, you can get the correct materials.
Perhaps. But there's a little matter of artistry, too, you know.
Yes. If you're dealing with a Rockland or a Brancusi. But not a primitive. It's almost their lack of artistry that proves that they are primitive. Oh, I think any half-baked artist could imitate one. I'll bet those experts felt like fools when they found out they could trust me.
What do you think of this one?
Bringing destruction.
Oh, what did Mr. Trinningham tell you?
He said it was authentic.
He said so.
I see.
Yes, that evil statue.
simplest part to fake.
Here's some more. It's in Hebrew. Power bringeth destruction. Beware lest it be unleashed.
I'd say it's supposed to have been engraved in the original golem.
Golem?
Yes, a Hebrew statue created out of stone to serve the community. Legend has it ran amok one day and was said to have disappeared.
You mean it was a sort of Frankenstein?
No, not created out of parts of people, but more like a Roman statue of Mars or Greek Zeus. It had no reason or will of its own. It could only take orders.
Was this creature real, or did you say it was legend?
Well, history sometimes becomes legend, you know. No, there are a few made. First was in 1550 by an Eliza de Helm. And then Judah Lowe, who lived from 1513 to 1609, was said to have made one in Prague. The last recorded one was by a Baal Shem Tov in 1700.
My heavens, you are well informed. Now, I'm curious. If this creature were made of stone, how did they bring it to life?
A little scroll bearing the word Emet, which in Hebrew means the word of God, was placed under the tongue of the golem, and that gave it life. There's an interesting point about that. Look at this. Judah Lowe. Prague, 1500. I can't make out anything. Do you happen to have a penknife on you?
Tell Mr. Trillingham to have a nice
Yes, of course.
I'll make some scrapings if you don't mind.
Well, let's just say
The composition of this stone dust is traceable to Prague. I'm reasonably certain that this is authentic. It's incredible.
I'm a bit skeptical myself.
Well, you've been very cooperative. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Remember the Etruscan.
I'll remember. You can tell Mr. Trillingham we'll have an answer for him very shortly.
You really do believe it's authentic, don't you?
Well, let's just say I'm inclined to, despite the Etruscan.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were alone.
Oh, that's all right, Alice. I'd like you to meet Mr. Perkins, Mr. Trimmingham's new secretary, Miss Grove.
How do you do?
I wondered who you were.
Oh, you met?
Oh, no, I just happened to see Miss Grove coming out of Mr. Trimmingham's office.
Oh, thank you.
Look, I don't want to appear forward, but would you two care to have dinner with me tonight? I mean, I've never been to London before, and I don't know anyone here. Perhaps we could meet for a drink first. Anything you like.
That's very nice of you.
How about you?
I don't know.
Oh, Mr. Perkins is the gentleman from New York who may take the statue back with him. He knows an awful lot about it. It's very interesting.
Oh, I am interested, but...
Well, then it's all settled. Where shall we meet?
I forgot. I am sorry. I can't go. I've got some very important papers I must go through.
Oh, that's too bad. Some other time then, huh? Well, Miss Grove, it looks like you've been practically inveigled into this date.
Oh, so I have. See you later, Pete.
And I'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I suppose he knows more than I do.
Good morning, Tim, and how are you?
You look cheerful.
From Mr. Trimmingham. He's made some notes on them for you.
Oh, thank you. Ellen, did you talk to Perkins last night about the statue?
It won't bring Father back.
That's strange. Yesterday you seemed determined to prove that your father's death was not an accident. It was no.
I feel the sooner that statue's on its way to New York, the better.
Oh. Well, first of all, of course, it must be authenticated.
Mr. Perkins thinks it's authentic. You do.
No, I never said that. I never said that. I felt there was some strange power that lurked within it.
Oh, Pip.
I suppose he knows more than I do. He's had more experience.
Now, there's no sense in getting upset over Jim. In fact, he asked you to lunch with him today. He's quite good company.
I'm sure he is. You just tell Jim that I'm sorry I can't make it. I have a very important appointment at the library today. And I'm not kidding. It's the truth. Look, I'm not upset or jealous or hurt or anything like that.
I'll tell you. See you later.
He will walk straight in the 19th century. Beware, for I cannot my words, my thoughts. He who in the 20th century.
Good evening. Sit down. You have it.
This is a most rare thing. I don't believe that you got it off some stone, as you said. If I translate it for you, will you agree to tell me the truth? Now, tell me, where did you get this? He who will find the secret of my life at his feet, him will I serve until beyond time. He who shall evoke me in the 17th century, beware, for I cannot by fire be destroyed. He who shall evoke me in the 18th century, beware, for I cannot by fire or by water be destroyed. He who evokes me in the 19th century, beware, for I cannot by fire or by water or by force be destroyed. He who in the 20th century shall dare evoke me, beware, for neither by fire nor water nor force nor anything by man created can I be destroyed. He who in the 21st century evokes me must be of God's hand himself, because on this earth the person of man existeth no more. May I have it, please? Now, tell me, where did you get this?
I traced it off an old statue that came from Czechoslovakia. Does it have any significance?
Significance? That statue is the great golem, believed to have been destroyed centuries ago. If it is still in existence, if I say, it is probably the most powerful force on Earth today.
More powerful than the H-bomb.
A bomb is finished when it has exploded, but the golem will go on and on, forever, serving or destroying.
What do you mean, serving?
It will obey whoever places the magic scroll beneath its tongue.
Where does one get this magic scroll?
If I knew that, I would not reveal it to you. Power destroys.
Yes. I appreciate your help.
I fear it.
May I have it, please? And, translation?
Yes, you may. Take it and read it again carefully.
I
don't know why that sign maker didn't show up. Will you find someone else to put Mr. Wheel's name up in place of Groves today?
Yes, sir. Before noon, please. Well, young man, so you're my assistant. Well, now that I'm the curator, you may find things a little different. I'm pretty much of a stickler. A bit of a fusspot, as you might say, but I get things done. I understand Mr. Grove was a kidder. I'm not. I have no sense of humor. So if you do what's expected of you, we'll get along swimmingly. If not, that's all for now. Yes, sir. Working or admiring the art?
Studying it, sir.
Mr. Pym, I would like to inaugurate a rule. No one, and that includes all employees except the night watchman, is to have access to any of the art rooms without my personal approval. I hope that is clear.
Sir, we've never had...
I say it is a new regulation. Now you either follow instructions or... You don't want any problems, do you?
No, sir.
Good night, then.
Good night, sir.
So you're the big bugaboo. You don't look so villainous to me.
I am your master. Lower your arms. Oh. I am your master.
So you're flaunting my orders. You're sacked. Get out immediately.
You are a bitter, frustrated old man. What makes you think I want to work for you anyway?
Don't you dare talk to me like that, young man. Statues are...
Mr. Wheel, why did you have to come back here anyway?
What are you doing? Let me get out of here.
Mr. Wheel, now. God, please, don't.
Come here.
Smash this case. I am your master. And I say, smash that case. Go back to your pedestal and raise your arms. Inspector White, what is it?
May we come in?
It's late.
This isn't a social call.
Oh, yes, of course. Come in. Would you care to sit down?
No, thanks. Mr. Pym, when did you last see Mr. Wheel?
Mr. Wheel? About 7 o'clock last evening, I ran into him as I was leaving my office. Has something happened?
Mr. Wheel has been found dead in the room of that statue. Don't recall at all. Mr. Pym, what time did you say you left the museum?
About 7. I went to see an old film. A revival of a 1924 German film. It's about a bull and two. It's very interesting.
You come directly home after the film?
Yes. Oh, I bought a package of cigarettes. I can prove that. And then I came home, and I waited for a while, and fell asleep.
I understand your mother lives here with you, Mr. Pym?
Yes.
Can I speak with her?
She's asleep.
It would be simpler if I did.
But you can't wake her up now. She hasn't been well, and she was asleep anyway when I came home.
In other words, she has no way of knowing what time you came.
Yes. What are you trying to do?
I'm just checking everyone who saw Mr. Wheel last night.
Well, what motive would I have? I just met him.
You'll be acting curator again now, won't you, Mr. Pym?
I suppose so.
Well, thank you for your help, Mr. Pym. We won't take up any more of your time.
You're welcome.
Oh, your mother will be available.
Come on, let's go.
Speak.
Yes.
Fine. Well, thank you, Mr. Pym. We'll see ourselves, huh? Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Well, good night.
Would you believe me if I told you that I think you've been working too hard.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, Pym, good morning.
You look so preoccupied.
I was thinking about last night.
So you've heard.
Well, Jim and I discovered the body. It was ghastly.
What happened?
Jim wanted to see Mr. Trimmingham last night, and he thought he was at the museum.
And?
Well, he received a report from the lab on the dust he collected from the golem. And so he wired America that as far as he was concerned, the golem was authentic, and was arranging to have it shipped off immediately.
But he can't do that.
Well, I'm afraid he is.
Ellen, would you have lunch with me today? There's something I want to talk to you about.
Oh, well, Jim said he'd call me about lunch this morning.
It's very, very important to me.
All right, I'll see you for lunch. It's late.
Oh, don't worry, I can handle Trimmingham.
It's not my doing, Mr. Perkins. I'd like to have that statue out of here as much as you would. But Inspector White said that nothing in this room is to be touched until further notice.
Of course, you realize that this is liable to affect our deal. With all the adverse publicity that statue's been getting lately, there's a strong possibility our board of trustees may decide they want no part of it themselves.
I couldn't blame them. Did you see today's headlines? The curse of the golem strikes again. You might think that it was alive.
Yes, one might.
Thank you.
Pym, I've never seen you like this before.
Is that good or is that bad?
What did you want to talk to me about this morning? You're so different, so self-confident.
Just because I left a generous tip for the waiter?
Oh, well, it isn't just that.
Well, I do feel wonderful. Come on, let's go. you believe me if I told you that I felt that I could do almost anything?
I think you've been working too hard.
You don't believe me?
What you need is a good holiday.
All right. How about 2 weeks on the Riviera?
Oh, I'd love it. Well, let's stay at the Ritz in Cannes and have caviar for breakfast, lunch and dinner. And in the evening we'll go to the casino in Monte Carlo.
Stop it, Ellen. I'm not joking.
But you can't be serious, Pim.
I tell you, I can do incredible things. Look, see that bridge over there?
Yes.
Well, I can knock that bridge over just like that.
Well, it's getting late. Thank you for lunch, Pim. It was wonderful.
Come with me. When you hear me whistle, you come out and climb into the van. Remember, when you hear me blow the horn 3 times, that's your signal. After you're finished, you know where I'll be waiting. Go. No.
Pretty late. Parked out here.
Well, you see, I was on my way home and I stopped to think for a moment.
Why did you sound your horn? I'd like to see your license, sir.
Well, with
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news flash. Hammersmith Bridge has just collapsed. An official report says that at least one bus filled with passengers has fallen into the Thames. Divers are descending to search for other vehicles. None of the victims have been identified as yet. We shall bring you any further news at the next bulletin.
That's unbelievable. Yes, hello? Who? Oh, Pim, I didn't recognize your voice. Well, yes, I heard it a moment ago. Well, I remember you saying something, but I didn't take it seriously. Oh, now, don't blame yourself. Just go home and sleep it off. He's raving about the Golem and having to confess to someone. Now, Pim, just go home and sleep. You'll see it all differently in the morning.
Would you like to check rid of the Golem?
Well, no, I can't see you now. It's too late. We'll talk about it tomorrow, if you still remember what you said. Well, I'll see you, Pim, if it's so important. In about 10 minutes? Alone? Yes, I'll be alone. Jim, why did you make me see him? He's had too much to drink.
Don't worry, Ellen. I'm going, not you. It's something I'm very curious about.
Did you say that you wanted to see the Golem tonight?
Is that you? You don't think Pim had anything to do with it, do you?
No, it's just a hunch. But if there is something, I'd just as soon you weren't around.
What are you looking for?
Something so incredible, I'd rather not even talk about it. Where's Pim now?
It's at the museum.
I'll be back.
Come in.
There's that American, Mr. Perkins, wanting to see you, sir.
Perkins?
He said you were expecting Miss Grove.
Oh, he's showing up?
Yes, sir.
Pim?
What happened to Ellen?
She couldn't make it. But she felt that you wanted to talk to someone rather urgently, so she asked me to come over in her place.
Oh, why didn't she call me?
Well, I really don't know.
Well, that doesn't sound like her.
She felt that you were rather upset. Something about an accident and a statue.
Oh. I think there's a little bit too much of that. Do you want to join me?
No, I don't mind.
Thank you. I wanted to tell Ellen about some news that I received here. Read that. Oh, it just means that I'll be doing the same thing that I've been doing all along. But at the end of 6 months, Trimmingham will recommend me to the Board of Trustees as curator. Imagine, me, curator, the youngest in London.
Well, this certainly calls for congratulations. Cheers.
Thank you.
But surely this isn't what upset you.
Oh, well, you know how women exaggerate. Oh, granted, it was a surprise finding that on my desk. And then you see, well, my mother has been very ill, and strangely enough, all of a sudden, hearing that report on the radio about the bridge that collapsed, all of that rolled into one, plus this. Well, it made me a little emotional.
I can understand that. Well, now perhaps you'll be able to persuade Inspector White to release the Golem to me.
Oh, you don't mean that you want to leave London? I thought you were having a wonderful time. At least Ellen gave me that impression.
Oh, she is a rare girl, that's true, but that has nothing to do with my job. Look, Pim, wouldn't you like to get rid of the Golem? Be finished with all the notoriety and problems attending it.
Yes. I tell you what I am going to do. do everything in my power to help me to get the Golem to America.
Well, I'm delighted, Pim, and I'm sure Helen will be too.
Helen?
I hope to take her back with me.
Are you kidding me? She is English.
Oh, come on, Pim, that's no problem. We do speak the same language.